Good morning and welcome to Morning Wood. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to tell whether or not this image is AI or not. And to do so, we're going to learn about Heartwood and Sapwood. You see, Heartwood is the core of the tree. It's the inner parts of the tree. It's what keeps the tree standing. So when we get hardwood lumber, we look for the heartwood because that's the stronger wood. The sapwood is what carries all of the sap through the tree to give the tree nutrients, deliver everything, get water from the ground, the whole deal. So the sapwood is softer because it lets fluids through. It's more fibrous. So with a lot of hardwoods, you never even really see this sapwood. I couldn't find a single board in here with all the really expensive exotics that had any heartwood because they just don't sell it to you. People would be upset if they got a bunch of sapwood. Sometimes you'll get a little bit of it in some walnut. I get a lot of it in cherry. I have a bunch of examples of cherry where you see just a little bit of sapwood, and you just usually cut that off and keep the heartwood for all your projects. Now, with that being said, how does this little strip of sapwood end up right here in the middle of this chair? You can almost play off all the ones at the bottom here because, the outside of the tree, whatever, but still a stretch. And then also this other little chunk of sapwood here. How did those show up in the middle of this tree without this chair? Would be extremely fragile. It would have been a gnarled mess, and you wouldn't have these nice, pretty, straight grains here after if it was a gnarled mess and created this sapwood here in the middle. So this image is AI. We could make this chair. It's not impossible to make that chair. It's impossible to make that chair with those particular grain patterns, and that's how you tell whether or not this image is AI. I'm not sure if this is an official episode of Morning Wood or not. I do like the less scripted format, like I did today, like I did all this off the cuff. The other ones were all mostly scripted, and I'm doing the same thing, and it doesn't feel right to me, so I don't know how to proceed with that. I want to try a couple where I just kind of do this and just talk normal instead of doing the scripted thing, but I think they do better on the tube. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.